Hello everyone, I'm here to bring you the special pipe analysis for Tanuki Rosalina. I anticipate her value to be a superstar down the road. This tour, her value is questionable since her two ranked tracks that she gets at level 1 are existing tracks, which means that you are likely to have other options for those tracks. She doesn't have access to Maple Treeway RT, and she only gains access to Choco Island 1 RT at level 6, which most players will not be willing to make that enormous investment up front. However, I project her future value to be incredible when it comes down to receiving brand new paywall exclusive tracks. In several months from now, she will likely be one of the drivers given favor on a tourly basis. So with that said, let's check out the odds, what you need to know to go into this pipe and obtain Tanuki Rosalina. So the big thing to keep in mind here is that there are no spotlights. There's no guarantee if you go into this pipe that you will be able to obtain Tanuki Rosalina, which is significant. And that means that the details mean everything when it comes to how likely are you to receive this character with the amount of rubies that you currently have saved up. So without further ado, we see that it is a 4 high-end pipe, which is very good for those of you that save near the 450 ruby mark, and I will show you why when we bounce it out to the calculator in just a moment. But let's check out to see what's actually in this pipe. Cat Peach and Nabbit are standard high ends. Cat Toad and Baby Mario Koala have been recent spotlights in several tours. All 4 of those drivers are ones that you are likely to have if you frequent the pipe. For myself personally, I only have Cat Peach from the standard pool. So you might say, come on Kevin, this is a great pipe to pull on, and it is a good pipe, but it's not the kind of pipe that I would like to go into now. When your odds fall below 8%, which is the base rate, right? Since there are 4 high ends in 50 pipes, which is 8 out of 100. Just multiply it by 2. And if you add up the value in this section right here, Cat Peach you see is 1.6%. They're all 1.6%. And they will continue to all be equal value since there are no spotlights. None of them will be removed from the probability. When those numbers combined do not equal 8%, that's when it's time for you to reset. In other words, if you do 145 pull on this pipe with a 10 fire and you get a high end, then you'll want to reset in the next pipe. Now granted, that is not a guaranteed outcome. Therefore, some players may have to go down to the final pipe in order to get all 4 high ends, or which more likely would be several high ends if it's bottom loaded as such. And when I provide these calculations for you, it's always the worst case scenario. Obviously, the best case scenario would lead to you receiving more high ends than the pipe's odds would allow. Therefore, when we do this calculation, we're going to do 1 minus. Now, this is under the mindset that you're going in just for Tanuki Rosalina, that brand new value. You want your account to have exclusive access to a driver in the coming months. So we will do 4 divided by 5, since 4 of the drivers are not Tanuki Rosalina. And then we go over to here and we'll put in the exponent 4. And what this represents is the number of high ends that you would be pulling in the pipe. So this is for a single drain. If you had to go all the way down to the bottom, there are 4 high ends in this pipe. What are your odds for obtaining Tanuki Rosalina in the 4 high ends that this one pipe will offer? And we can see that it's 59.04%, because we would multiply this by 100 to get the percentage, and there you go. Now, let us double the budget, right? Let's say you have 450 rubies saved up, and then see what your odds look like then. So we'll do the same 1 minus 4 divided by 5. We'll go over to the exponent here, and we'll plug in 8 as the number. Now granted, if you are doing this many pulls, it's very likely that you will have a reset scenario. So if you do have 450 rubies, it's likely that you would obtain more than 8 high ends. In other words, both of your pipes would need to be bottom loaded in order to only get 8 high ends. So we see that in 8 high ends, the odds are 83%, 83.22%, which is very good. But I want to provide the context that when you go into a 100 pipe with only 6 high ends, such as the one that Tanuki Mario is in the week 1 pipe, it's 100% to get Tanuki Mario in 450 rubies. And here we can see it's 83%. Worst case scenario, mind you. And that's a little bit over 4 to 1, right? Which is enormous considering, if on average, if we have 100 people, that means that roughly 17 people, subject to variance, mind you, would come out empty-handed after going in 8 high ends deep into this pipe. So I want to provide that layer of caution to those of you that are going into this pipe with a limited number of rubies. You're not sure if you should blow them all now. What does that character mean to you? If Rosalina is something that is your favorite character in the game, by all means go ahead, have fun with it, and I wish you the best of luck. If you are just value chasing, I would strongly recommend holding on to your rubies and going in for a more equitable situation, in which case you can guarantee or virtually guarantee, because let's just triple the amount of pipes that you would be doing. So here, let's say you're going to go in 3 times. So we'll go for 12 high ends here. And your odds are still 93%. So 7% of the time you could still end up empty-handed after seeing 12 high ends in this. So I like to call these non-spotlight pipes a bottomless pit. Therefore, I would really only recommend the pipes be pulled by Gold Pass players, pay-to-win players. If you are free to play, make sure that your budget can allow for potentially this many rubies. All right, but it is very good pipe, and those of you that want to see this value on your account in the future, by all means have fun in going in on it. So that's the story with the pipe. Let's take a look at ranked mode. I am currently in 2nd place. I can technically catch 1st place. Let's take a look at my runs. These were all fairly good runs. The Dixie Kong run on Maple Treeway. I triple capped the swooper, and I did that as a primer for my next run on Rock Mountain T. I was discussing this with some members on Discord, and I found that my existing high score, which was 49,000, would be over 57,000 if I had a completely maxed out loadout. And potentially with a triple coin frenzy, it could perhaps get into the 60k realm, which would be sensational considering I'm a completely free to play account. So I decided the next time that's in play, it's time to have some fun with that. In this case, only having a level 1 cart, I still managed 41k, and the run was 186 actions, super horn, coin, and just a regular banana frenzy. If that first frenzy was a triple banana frenzy, forget about it. This probably would have been over 43k and definitely over 200 actions, since I only had 1 super horn hit. The Sunset Wilds T run was sensational. 173 actions, non-stop combo, double coin frenzy, perfect run. And I didn't do any upgrades. I realized Monty Mole, I didn't even see Monty Mole when I went through the initial breakdown of my loadouts, because he was cut boosted and all the way on the side there. So 21k, very nice score there. And the Choco Island 1 RT run is just a single coin frenzy. It's difficult since there are only 2 item boxes, and I actually started using my item ticket at the very start of the race, because strategically, if you use it almost anywhere else with a full head of steam behind you, you're going to be not getting the full item spin on all 3 slots by the time that you go through the next item box, since everything is so close together. So I'm still trying to get a double frenzy run on that track, currently at 13,000. However, the Crowley cart is a centerpiece of my cart strategy moving forward, and I would be willing to take it to level 4 this week. I would be willing to take Dixie Kong to a level 7 this week, completely maxed out. It would be my first maxed out high end, other than the swooper, of course. And with those investments, I could easily crack the 82,000 the number 1 player currently has here. I could get over 84,000, but for me, the difference in rubies, as you can see, is only 20. I'm getting the same reward besides the 800 coins otherwise. And the difference of 20 rubies into 1,551 rubies is only 1.2%. So I would be investing a truckload of tickets for 1.2% of my total rubies to gain. It doesn't seem worth it. So what my strategy is I'm waiting to take a look at the players that are in this range over here, in the 74 to 70,000 range, see if any of them pass me and by how much. And if it becomes a situation where a single ticket on the Crowley cart won't allow me to regain second place, I would just go for it all and move into first place. So that's my strategy. That's how I'm angling my tickets for this week. And hopefully your ranked mode looks very friendly and at least competitive. I like when the top player is still within the range, so that if you want to make an investment, if you like the items that are in play, you can go ahead and do so. That is what I would consider fair competition. So let us do the Baby Peach Cup today's challenge with Baby Mario Koala, who I do not have, and he's in the Ramby Runner here. And then after that, I will do the final challenge and the all clear pipe. So if I get a Dixie Kong, I did say that I would max her out on the spot, although I'm honestly having second thoughts about that given my cozy position in ranked mode currently. And I have to practice what I preach, don't I? So I don't think I would actually max her out on the spot if I pulled her, although I would be extremely happy. So here we are, Mushroom Frenzy to get into first place. Oh, okay. Blue shell to take us out. Go, let him go through the item box and then we'll hit him. Them multiplayer strats there. Ooh, double frenzy run here. Where's the luck for Choco Island 1RT? I'm not sure what I have on this track, if I've even raced on it. This could bring me up to the 700k for the final rubies and the driver cap ticket that's available there. Alright. Oh, nice non-stop combo on a today's challenge. Leisurely race there. 22,000. So that adds 12k. Probably doesn't take me to the 700, but we do get those 5 rubies. So now we're up to 1556. And if I can secure 40 rubies from ranked mode across these 2 weeks, I will cross 1600 for the first time ever. Let's see where the total points. So I still have 33k still to go. Should not be a problem at all, because as you can see, even Dino Jungle T, I don't have much of a score on. I haven't done all of the races here. So let's go with a bubble character, right? In honor of the Tanuki Life, which exhibits some of the characteristics of bubble. Many of you shared your disappointment with me in the comments over the quality of the Tanuki skill, and many of you asked for my opinion on it. And look, here's my opinion on it. Most of the skills in the game are irrelevant to what your score output is. You know, I've often said on Discord, I'm like, I should make a Bubble is OP video. And that sounds like clickbait, and to many of you would think that's extremely clickbait. However, you have to look at things under the context of Nintendo's framework, and that if you look at how a Bubble driver would look as a high-end, given the framework of how they designed the game, and taking a look at the normals and how Lemmy, the character who I'm racing with here, has 6 favorite course tracks compared to that of Morton, who's Giant Banana, high level skill. Think of that as the coin box of the normals, right? Only has 2, so Lemmy has 3 times the number of tracks as Morton. A Bubble high-end character would likely need to mandate within the Nintendo system 40 tracks, perhaps more than 40 tracks, and that would really break Nintendo's model of like constantly needing to sell you a new driver if you pick up this high-end Bubble, and if they execute it faithfully, their game design, that character would cover you time and time and time and time again. That's how I mean that Bubble is OP. And how is Bubble any different than Bob-omb Cannon, right? When you pull for Birdo Black, are you pulling for her to get Bob-omb Cannons? It makes no sense. Same thing with the Tanuki Leaf. Now, if Tanuki Leaf can be obtained in first place, there are combo breaking implications there, and that is certainly something that Nintendo needs to address. But in terms of something not meeting our expectations, that happens all the time in the game. Go check out my past videos on that. I mean, you've seen my level of disappointment, and I've had to just pull it back, have a balanced approach, and that's how I'm still able to enjoy this game and share this content with you. So, all of you that are disappointed by Tanuki, look, this is a beloved character for many of you, and I was reading that like you wish he'd never come to the game. That's so sad. I mean, I could never imagine the thing that I want to have come in, like a Diddy Kong All, right? They can give it Bubble and I'll be ecstatic. I will show you all the value of Bubble if they do that. So keep an open mind, and you got to see the whole field. None of this tunnel vision where the skill is the only thing that matters. It's not. So here we go. All right, here we go. Congrats, all cups cleared. So what else would I love to see besides the Dixie Kong? Well, Funky Kong would be maxed out on a pole here. He would go to level 7. I don't have a lot of these premium gliders like the Black Great Sail or the pink wing cart. So there's a number of things that I would like to see. And there's also a lot of things that help out in this tour's ranked modes. There's the Dry Bowser umbrella. There's the Head Honcho. For next week, the Steel Driver would be a really cool pull, as well as the Black Turbo Birdo, right? That cart is off the hook in terms of how much value it has. So let's just see what we have right here, going right into it. We have a star, so it is a character. Oh my god, it's Dixie Kong! They want me to blow my tickets. Oh. Oh, I've never been so happy on an all clear pipe before. Oh my goodness. She could go to max right now. Oh boy, should I do it? Let's go back and check out where the rankings are. I did say that if I pulled the Kongs, I got it to within 3 tickets of going to level 7, that would be in range enough for me to apply my tickets, right? Since the probability of receiving these characters is quite low. It's about, I think there's about 60 items in the all clear pipe. So it's roughly like 1 in 60. It might be 59 or something like that. But now she is 3 away. In range, I've pulled her once. So I feel like, yeah, I've gotten the value realistically that I would expect to find in the near future. So now the question is, do I want to reach my end game with Dixie Kong in this moment for these 20 rubies? And while I am extremely excited about this pull, I'm going to practice what I preach in waiting to see how the group develops. But just know that if someone comes from behind and moves ahead, and if they are relatively close to the range of Tar, the top driver, right now in the 82k range. So let's say if they go between 78k and 82k, Dixie Kong is maxed out, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. So if you like this content, please drop a thumbs up on this video to help promote and share this information, how to calculate your pipe odds on these special pipes without high ends. Extremely valuable information. I come out every tour on the Sunday special pipe and I share that with you. Hopefully, as I continue to do these, it will be less intimidating to make these calculations for your own and make you all the wiser in your own gameplay choices. And since you know that content is a strong part of the channel here, if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. It will ensure that you have more content of this kind delivered directly into your YouTube feed. I wish you all the best with your pipe holes if you're going in on the pipe, and I certainly wish you joy like I had in your all clear pipe holes. Take care and good luck in ranked mode, everyone. See ya.